Hello and welcome back to our channel on this absolutely gorgeous day, where we always bring you the most passionate and detailed discussions about our favorite daytime dramas. Today, we are diving deep into some incredibly compelling news surrounding one of the most iconic actors to ever grace our television screens. Grab a warm cup of tea, settle in, and let us explore these developments. I have been watching General Hospital for more decades than I sometimes care to admit. And over all these years, very few actors have commanded the screen quite like Maurice Benard. When he first stepped into the shoes of Sonny Corinthos, he brought a raw, magnetic energy that completely transformed the landscape of daytime television. We have watched Sonny evolve from a ruthless mob boss into a deeply complex patriarch, a man constantly battling his own inner demons while trying to protect his family. But beyond the character of Sonny, Maurice himself has become a beacon of hope and honesty for so many of us, particularly when it comes to the incredibly important topic of mental health. His dedication to this cause is a lifelong mission that he has bravely shared with the world, making his current career frustrations deeply concerning for those of us who have followed his incredible journey. This brings us to the current situation that has been making waves across social media and fan forums alike. Maurice has poured his heart and soul into his YouTube series, a deeply personal project dedicated to mental health awareness. Yet, recent reports indicate that he is experiencing a profound sense of frustration regarding the trajectory of this beloved passion project. Why is Maurice feeling this immense disappointment right now? The answer lies in the intense ambition he holds for his mental health advocacy. For several years now, he has been hosting this remarkable online series, creating a safe space for open, vulnerable conversations. As a loyal viewer, I have watched countless episodes where he sits down with his General Hospital co-stars and other familiar faces, but his vision extends far beyond Port Charles. These interviews are always incredibly touching, revealing the fragile human beings behind the larger-than-life characters we see on our screens every afternoon. However, Maurice has always envisioned something much grander for this platform. He wants to elevate the conversation to reach millions rather than thousands. And to do that, he knows he needs to attract globally recognized figures. He wants to break through the daytime bubble and bring the discussion of mental health to the absolute forefront of mainstream media. Unfortunately, despite his relentless efforts and undeniable talent as an interviewer, those massive household name guests have remained frustratingly out of reach, leaving him feeling stalled and underappreciated by the broader entertainment industry. Is it fair that the mainstream industry overlooks daytime talent? I certainly do not think so, and this situation with Maurice perfectly illustrates that enduring bias. He is doing everything in his power to transition into a widely recognized talk show host, a role he is naturally suited for given his profound empathy and lived experience with bipolar disorder. Yet, the major networks and high-profile publicists seem hesitant to cross that invisible line between daytime soaps and mainstream digital talk shows. This frustration recently culminated in a very public and bold move on social media. Maurice reached out directly to some of the biggest names in the podcasting and sports entertainment worlds, specifically targeting titans like Joe Rogan and Dana White, hoping to bring his crucial message to their audiences. His goal was pure and simple, seeking to help people, to shatter the stigma, and to bring a vital conversation to a massive audience. It was a courageous swing, the kind of fearless action we have come to expect from the man who breathes life into Sonny Corinthos every single day. Did these massive media titans respond to his heartfelt invitation? As of right now, the silence is deafening. There has been absolutely no public response, and the likelihood of receiving one seems tragically slim. This lack of acknowledgement must be incredibly disheartening for Maurice, who is offering nothing but genuine vulnerability and a desire to heal others. As someone who has watched him bare his soul both on and off the screen, I feel a deep sense of protective indignation on his behalf. But this situation is not just about unreturned messages. It is about the broader implications for his career and, crucially, for his future on General Hospital. There is a deeply intriguing rumor circulating that the ABC network itself has expressed interest in purchasing his mental health series. On the surface, this sounds like the perfect solution, a dream come true that would finally give his project the massive platform and financial backing it deserves. However, in the complex world of television contracts and network politics, nothing is ever that simple. If ABC does indeed purchase the rights to his mental health series, what does that mean for the legendary character of Sonny Corinthos? This is the question that is keeping countless longtime fans awake at night. The reports suggest that this potential acquisition is fraught with severe complications, specifically regarding Maurice's ongoing commitment to General Hospital. We all know that producing a network-level talk show is an incredibly demanding endeavor, one that requires exhausting hours, extensive travel, and relentless promotional work. How could Maurice possibly maintain the grueling schedule of a daily soap opera while simultaneously launching a major network talk show? The fear that is slowly gripping the fan base is that ABC might require him to significantly reduce his screen time on General Hospital, or worse, phase Sonny Corinthos out entirely. The very thought of Port Charles without its central brooding patriarch is almost too painful to comprehend, especially given our deep emotional investment. Let us look at the current narrative landscape of General Hospital to understand just how disastrous Sonny's absence would be at this precise moment. The writers have deeply entrenched him in some of the most volatile and dangerous storylines we have seen in years. Right now, Sonny is stepping up to answer a desperate plea for help from Brooklyn Quartermain. Brooklyn is buckling under the crushing weight of a terrible secret, heavily implied to be her involvement in the hit-and-run accident that injured Jordan Ashford. She is terrified, guilty, and facing the wrath of her grandmother Tracy. In her darkest hour, Brooklyn has turned to Sonny, bringing his dangerous mob influence into the complex, wealthy world of the Quartermains to solve an impossible crisis. Sonny is the ultimate fixer, the man who operates in the gray areas of morality to protect those he cares about. If Maurice were to suddenly step back from the show due to his real-life network negotiations, this entire brilliantly constructed storyline would collapse. Who else could possibly navigate the treacherous waters between the Quartermain family's pristine public image and the dark, violent reality of covering up a major crime? Furthermore, Sonny is currently embroiled in a high-stakes, life-or-death battle against the ruthless Jen Sidwell. We recently watched in absolute suspense as Lucas Jones bravely delivered stolen blackmail photos and negatives to Sonny, evidence that Sidwell was using to hold power over Mayor Laura Collins, proving Sonny's immense value to the city. In a classic, decisive Sonny move, he immediately destroyed the evidence to protect his city and his loved ones. But the threat of Sidwell is far from over. Lucas warned that Sidwell could still hurt their families, and Sonny's initial instinct was to eliminate the threat permanently. It was only Laura's steadfast moral compass that prevented Sonny from resorting to murder, insisting they take Sidwell down through legal channels. This delicate balance between Sonny's lethal instincts and Laura's demand for justice is the kind of rich, character-driven drama that makes General Hospital so endlessly captivating. If Maurice's frustrations with his mental health project lead to a reduced role, we would be robbed of the explosive climax to this Sidwell storyline, leaving a massive narrative void. As an older viewer, I cannot help but draw parallels between fiction and reality. Maurice's real-life struggles for recognition mirror the fictional struggles of the character he plays so brilliantly. Sonny Corinthos is a man who demands respect, a man who expects his calls to be answered and his authority to be recognized. When Sonny is ignored or disrespected, the consequences are usually swift and severe. In reality, Maurice is facing a very different kind of disrespect from the mainstream media landscape. He is offering a profound, life-saving dialogue about mental health, and the silence he is receiving in return must feel incredibly isolating. It is a testament to his professionalism that he continues to deliver such powerful performances on General Hospital despite these behind-the-scenes frustrations, the emotional toll of constantly advocating for a deeply personal cause, while simultaneously portraying a character who is constantly on the brink of violence and emotional collapse must be staggering. We are witnessing a man pouring his soul into two distinct worlds, and the strain is beginning to show through these public expressions of disappointment. How will this complex situation ultimately resolve? If the rumors regarding ABC's interest are true, we are looking at a massive paradigm shift for the entire daytime television landscape. ABC has a long history of utilizing its daytime stars in various capacities,